Number 16, Georgia Tech beats Boston College 36-34. This game was, first of all, honestly, highly entertaining football game. If you didn't know BC was 1-9, you'd be like, great, this has been just a great game. And then you see the
Awesome game.
records and you're like, what is happening? It's a little confusing. But I thought the Georgia Tech offense, they scored the ball. I still thought some of the issues from NC State settling for field goals in the red zone were a problem, right? But the big plays were there. Malik Rutherford, Eric Rivers, just explosive
Yeah.
at the receiver position. But what Boston College did to them offensively, Lonergan back in the game, just the rotating quarterback carousel for BC, Turbo running all over him. It reminds me a little bit of Miami last year, where
Yeah.
it just feels like this defense is a true liability,
Right.
and you're going to have to outscore whoever you play. And Georgia Tech's doing that. At least they did. They didn't against NC State. They did it against BC. But like for Georgia Tech's bigger goals, winning the league, beating Georgia, the defense really worries me.
Yeah. Yeah. So the thing with me is I'm kind of the way I'm looking at this is I'm combining Texas A&M, their game,
Okay.
and how bad, I mean, playing a horrific team, a terrible team in South Carolina, and allowing them to be in it. And
Yep.
I'm combining that with Georgia versus Texas. So Georgia and
Okay.
Texas A&M combined is Georgia Tech. That's what you have here, because you have a team that just let a team hang in and
Sure.
let them stick around with
Get
Boston
confident.
College, who is one of the worst teams in the country, the worst team in the ACC. But then you score 19 freaking points in the fourth quarter. You show grit. You don't die. You don't quit like Georgia did against Texas, 21 points in the fourth quarter. So it's really weird how strange this season is, how strange college football is. And yeah, does it, tick me off that they didn't blow these guys out by 40? Yes, but football's hard and college football is hard, and you never know what to predict. You can never know what to do. Now, there are also, I mentioned those alarm bells that were off in the distance. They're right here, very loud. This defense is not good right.
Deafening.
They're not playing. It's deafening. They're not playing well. And you've got a Pittsburgh team in that's hurting, wounded animal, back up against the wall that, before they play Notre Dame, really good offense. That are they going to be able to take advantage of this? Are they going to make it a crazy game down in the flats Saturday night in Atlanta? That terrifies me, just to see those different things. But I know in my heart of hearts, Haynes King is a monster. He's not going to let these dudes suffer. He's not going to let them. He's going to do everything he can, to win the game here. Just another casual 430 plus yard game from him, multiple touchdowns. And, just he's a monster. He's such a great player. And I think the other point that you made, other guys stepped up too. Like
Yeah.
other guys had big explosive plays. Malachi Hosley has been such a phenomenon all year long. It's been really fun to see him, just be really consistent. We had, Jordan Allen out of nowhere, 54-yard rush to the house. I mean, that was sick. Good response there. And then Rivers and Rutherford, just big play after big play. I mean, that one catch by Eric Rivers on the
Yes.
right-hand sideline where he gets some separation and kind of loses his balance a little bit or got pushed, whatever, out of bounds. I mean, that was a big boy play. And then, of course, hitting not a walk-off, but a game-winning, field goal there, just execution. And, if two phases are firing on all cylinders, I guess that's good, but it'd be nice to get the third cylinder, like, running a little bit. Like, can we get some smoke coming out of it or something? Because it is a bit of a liability right now. So we'll see. Again, I think Georgia Tech's really good. I think that they find ways. They're a great team, but man, you've got to get something going on that defensive side of the ball, specifically these last two games, and of course the ACC championship. So we'll be there this weekend. We're headed to Atlanta. The huddle will be there. Cannot wait. We've never seen them lose in person ever. They're that good, and we're kind of their supercharged. I did see something funny, KG. You'll love this. They announced it Sunday morning on Twitter that we were going, and this Georgia Tech fan tweeted and said, "At Pittsburgh, don't even show up, bro. We know how this ends. You're good. The huddle's coming. It's over. Don't show up. It's over." So that was kind of funny. That was kind of
That's awesome. Yeah, Pittsburgh fans hated to see it. Hate
sorry.
hate to see
Sorry.
Mac and the boys coming. As
To
that's
a
not what they
GT
want.
game at least.
And of course Taylor, yes. Georgia Tech was 628 yards of total offense. Like If I
Do
hear
you think the
dominated on both
committee
sides of the
will
ball, yeah.
say it wasn't an impressive win because they were dominated on both sides of the ball?
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. The offense has been just
Maybe.
unbelievable. But the deep, Mac, this is my big question with Georgia Tech. I know they lost their DC. They bring in a first time young guy in Blake Gideon as a defensive coordinator. What do you feel like is the biggest issue? I feel like there's a lot of missed tackles, like maybe especially in the secondary.
Yeah.
Is this some? Obviously, it's not something that can really be fixed in season. But
Oh,
what do you
no.
think is the biggest issue?
Well, I think you got to get better players. I mean, you got to go get them. You got to spend some money there. And listen, that's hard. Georgia Tech, they're paying two quarterbacks a lot of money right now. Like it was expensive to keep Aaron Philo. So it'll be interesting. What does the salary cap look like when King does move on and you only got one guy? At least we think. I don't know. Maybe they have another big quarterback recruit that you're paying that much money to. So that'll help. You'll have some more money you can spend over there. I think maybe I don't know. But yeah, just getting other guys, getting faster, getting longer, bigger. Um, that's a piece of this puzzle. And you mentioned, your guy there. It's his first year. He's figuring it out. There will be growing pains, but it is unfortunate to have to live through those. Especially when you have a year that's this special. I was going to say the run defense is the worst, but these guys threw for almost 400 yards on them,
Yeah.
so it doesn't feel like very accurate timing. But for the whole year, it does feel like the run defense has been abysmal in regards to stopping it. Outside of maybe the Duke game, where they played pretty well there. So, I do not think you can fix it now. Just band-aids, just put band-aids everywhere you can.
Hmm.
And I don't know, try to scheme some stuff up now and again. And, at the end of the day, score 36, they score 34.